Good afternoon, it's the 10th of April. I haven't been doing much lately because, as you can see, I haven't been knocked over, but I've been working on this Ford, doing some welding up the sills and stuff like this, put new sills on. It's taken me a little bit longer than I thought, actually. But anyway, the point of this video is that why don't we buy things from the United States? And it's not a boycott of buying things from the United States, especially for Land Rover stuff, because they don't make it there. There's several companies in the States who import bits and pieces from the UK, and then we buy them from the United States. Well, it's pretty bloody pointless, really, because by the time it's brought into the United States, paid shipping, taxes and duties, and then come up to Canada paying shipping and taxes and duties, we might as well just buy it direct from the United Kingdom. And because, well, this is my business plan now, because if you buy anything from Paddocks, for example, or LR Direct, they go through a global shipping program or something like that, so you can pay the taxes and import fees when you check out. It's already done for you, they're already done. So what I say to customers now is, if you need some work done on your gearbox or anything like that, here's a list of parts, you send it to me, and then you know exactly what you're paying. I'm out of it. I don't make any profit on that, but at least the customer sees exactly what he's getting. You see what I mean? Because, you know, sometimes I think my prices are marked up. It isn't. It's all the shipping and cross-border fees that takes up the any money. But a good example of this was a little package that came last week. This is a what is it now? Thinkware dash cam, and I did an unboxing on it, but I was waiting for my car to come off the lift before I actually fit it and do a video on it. I didn't realise how expensive these dash cams are. I only thought they were about $70. This one here was $179 American. Now this, boys and girls, is where we get ripped off in Canada, because our exchange rate is extremely poor. So $179 American works out for us at 256 Canadian. Now when Trump says, oh, Canadians don't buy anything from the United States, that's because we can't afford it. It's not because we want, but Americans buy more from Canada. Well, there's only 40 million of us here in Canada, there's 350 in the States. It's a numbers game. Probably he hasn't got that after last week's debacle with his bloody tariffs. Anyway, so they paid for the shipping to me. Okay, that's good. But cross-border fees, just 40 kilometres down the road is the American border from Vermont to Quebec. They charged an entry fee, preparation fee, these two bits of paper, $54.85 Canadian. Then they charged the disbursement fee, I don't know what that is, $7.40 Canadian. There was no duty on it for some strange reason. Customs GST, now GST is like goods and services tax, it's equal to VAT. Alright, so that was $12.84. And then there was brokerage GST, which is on the $54.85 of $8.09, giving a grand total of $83.18. Alright, now add that onto the price of the camera, that comes to $339.99. You have to think twice before you're going to buy anything from the States. It's very, very expensive. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we don't buy there. It's just as cheap for us to get it from the United Kingdom direct than it is to go and buy things in the States. Now, and of course in the States the prices are absolutely eye-watering. Now, Andrew out in British Columbia has got a leaking nut on the top of his steering box. They're a special nut, I know. But have a look at this screenshot here and see how much they are in the United States. That's right, 43 American dollars for a nut. Now, if we were to do that from if I was to get that nut from the United States, it would be 60 Canadian dollars. you know, that's the exchange rate. But not only that, they'd still charge me $54.85 just for doing the bloody paperwork, because they'll send it by UPS. I haven't been down to the States to buy anything for 7 or 8 years now. I don't go. I don't like going across the border because they treat you like a bloody, I don't know, a wanted man. You know, it's like an interrogation. So I said, no, sod, you know, I'm not going anymore. Yeah, so that's the reason why. Yeah, the tariff thing is it is a bit naughty, but they are getting an advantage. Americans do get an advantage anyway, because in Canada we've got resources coming out of our yin yang, but unfortunately our inept government doesn't know how to, you know, benefit from that. They just tax us, that's all. It's not much fun really when you think about it. It's not as good as it was like 25, 30 years ago. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a ramble of why I don't buy anything from the United States. You know, I'd like to, but it's just not cost effective. Because you see, just a little bit more. Because at the end of the day, I've got to put a little bit of a markup on that as well. So if I was to get that nut, plus the fees and stuff like that, it'd be over $100. And how can you put a markup on that? Well, you might have to do like 10 cents or something like that. And therefore, it's just not worth your time. You just might as well buy one from the United Kingdom. Oh, man, doesn't it make you sick? Anyway, I hope you have a better week than me. See you later. Ta-ra.